Go ahead.
I can tell you why you didn't want to remember that history. Because they were lying to you, sister. They weren't talking about real history. It was their history.
You sound like
and that's
Farrakhan.
why you suppressed it, because it was no good to you. But you learned mathematics and sciences, which are more important.
Come on.
Telling you George Washington was an honest man. Huh, you don't want to hear that?
Hold on,
That's
can I get that George Wallace when he told George Wallace? You should keep your mouth shut. You know,
Oh, no.
George,
Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace.
You should be quiet.
Right, you should be quiet. Yeah.
Mr. Wallace. I'm telling you, I've been to Nigeria 25 years ago. I came this time and it was
it's the
still
most corrupt
the
country in the world.
Corrupt. Oh, did Nigeria drop a bomb on Japan? You should be quiet. Nigeria, yes, Nigeria is corrupt. Yes, there is. But who are you, Mr. Wallace, to say that Nigeria is the most corrupt? Can you name something more corrupt? I'm living in one. I'm living in one. Whoa! Whoa!
Have you seen that clip?
I haven't, but
You
I
haven't
would
seen
say
him saying that Nigeria was the most corrupt. He shut it all down.
Minister Louis Farrakhan shut it down.
He said it. You should be quiet. Let me
I need to
speak.
see it. But I will say, I just want to, you guys are so adorable. You guys, like, I love your dynamic, the friendship. It's so, I was just seeing you guys go back and forth. And I'm like, oh my God, we're besties.
We're two Nigerians hanging out. Akbar. Hey, Godfrey and Akbar. What if we had a little thing? Welcome to 154.
I don't like the hands.
Okay, well, how about this? We have a tap routine. They'll be like, what that dude doing?
Jazz hands.
These are your tapping with shoes.
Oh yeah, can you guys do that though?
Oh, that's that's the African.
Yeah.
We're like,
You know what I love about you though, and because I get teased all the time. People come at me all the time. Oh, he grew up in the suburbs. No, I didn't. He ain't Nigerian. Why he talk like that? But you can go in and out. Like, I can't do the pidgin English like you do it. I cannot. In fact, later on, you're going to have to teach me. But you can go Nigerian accent. You can go the American accent. You probably can get into the French accent a little bit.
Oh, I wish.
I mean, but it is, I think it's important because I don't think people understand, especially, you know, like for me, like in the neighborhood I grew up in, and especially like, you know, social media cats, is like, a lot of times, like when you're picking up language and you hear one foreign language and you're learning another language here, you come up with your own sound, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, why you sound like that? I don't know why the hell I sound like that. Maybe because my parents speak Yoruba at home and I'm speaking, you know, English at school and I'm learning English.
I think your brain interprets it and just the output is what it is.
It is what it is, right?
This is what I think it is.
Right.
And it comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, because here, so many people think that, like, to be black, you have to sound one way. There's only one way to sound black. And it's the dumbest.
Well, it's the propaganda because I like to say this. It's because of the negative stereotypes of black Americans.
Yeah.
And black American culture is the strongest culture in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody copies it. But so when I'm in different countries, they would be like, yo, what's up? They would just do out of just nowhere. Yeah. You'd be like this, hi, how are you? Yeah, what's up, baby? Grabbing his dick 8,000 times. I was like, never grabbed my penis once. I brought up my hand and you grabbed your just 1,000 times just to relate to me. What's up, homie? Wow, look at that. What's the average dick grabbing of a black man? I'm in Turkey. I'm in Istanbul. I'm hearing all this. Yo, what's up? I'm like, wow, that's weird. I came as, hi, how are you? Well,
they're surprised. They're surprised.
But there's a stereotype that America shows the world to have black people of this stereotype. They do it on purpose. You know, they're violent, they're this. So anytime it's black, because that part of black culture is so strong through the music, through the style, through the fashion. The slang is fire. Black slang is the coldest on the planet. It's dope to go, yo, what up, man? But it's the it's saying black Americans don't have a culture. You're lying. They have a culture.
That's true.
So it's and it's commercialized. It makes millions of dollars from basketball to hip hop to videos. So they think black is that. And it's totally, there's so many levels of being black.
And that's, I think that's the key. Like there's so many different levels. And even within the culture from the region, you can be on the West Coast to Midwest to the East Coast.
But look at you. You lived in Belgium. There's black people that like you. You've lived in different places.
That's the thing, at least for me, when it talks when you talk about like the accent switching and stuff like that, I just think about just like showing up as yourself. Because for me, in my household, like how you say your parents speaking Yoruba, my mom, she speaks with a Nigerian accent. My grandma, we grew up with my grandma. She lived with us. She was speaking Igbo. Me, I'm going to school. I'm hearing the American accent. Even though when I went, I will never forget getting bullied for having a Nigerian accent in school. And you would think that would discourage me from showing up as like still using the accent. But it's like, I don't have anything to be embarrassed about, you know? And there's no right or wrong way. I mean, the one, I remember like, I could tell the story about like me being bullied. It was when I first moved to America, I was seeing something, I was answering a question and I said, tree instead of the number 3. And everybody laughed, ha, ha, ha. And then the cafeteria, they're coming up to me like, Drea, say the number again, I'm like, tree. And they're laughing. And it was this Mexican guy, Francisco, he came up to me because we're all in ESL together, English second language. And he was like, Drea, it's not tree that laughing because they in tree, it's 3. And I was like,
my man.
My man. They keep looking out, you know? And it's like, I just feel like, that's just who I am. I'm not trying to, like, naturally when I'm talking to my family, the accent naturally just switches. It depends on what room I'm in. It's kind of like code switching, but I'm not really code switching on purpose.
No, but you know what? Because code switching has a negative connotation as if you're switching to fit in. And I heard Trevor Noah talk about this in his book, and I thought it was the dopest explanation. It is a different level of intellect. We all do it in some form. We do it, especially it shows up like when you're talking to kids. You bring your tone down.
It's an acclamation.
It's an acclamation to relate to the people that you're talking to, especially if you know where you are. Like when I go back home, like when I say home, like here in LA, and if I'm back home in Crenshaw, my kids will hear the switch, and I'm like, these are the people I grew up with, like, you know what I mean? So there's a certain, you know, flexibility that you have, or when you're, you know, with your Nigerian family, so it does, there's inflection changes.
When I'm in the South, I get to my Southern friends, I'll be like, no, dog, you know how that is, man. Hey, dog. And it's fun.
And it's natural, right? It's not on purpose.
And it's not patronizing. It's like,
the only one that gets the most flack is the more proper you are, the more flack you tend to get from me within the community.
All Nigerian kids speak proper.
Yeah, so, you know, like for me, like the way I speak normally, just the way I'm speaking right now, I will get so much flack about that. I'm like, it's just the way I speak, but the more proper. But if I'm like, you know, if I'm speaking slang, if I'm like, you know what I mean, all of a sudden it's like, he a real one. I'm like, I've been a real one since I was
like, I've been real the whole time.
You just said a lot of Nigerians speak proper. Like
Nigerian kids always speak proper. We
like,
always speak
because
proper.
You get popped in the mouth.
Yeah.
No, but not only that, I think this is my theory, and it's a cerebral type of thing, a neurological thing, because your parents are speaking the overpronunciation of things. Where are you going? For what?
Yo, it's finally here. Yes. We are dropping our lifestyle merch. 154 is here. It's hot. Come get it. Bam. Ain't no place like